Stay tuned. There's a gewaldige podcast. Rabbi Steve Geller does a gewaldige Zach, and that'll be coming out this week. Torah Giants on Chumash. Welcome to the weekly piece on the Parsha from Torah Giants on Chumash, written by Rabbi Yitzchak Meir Gurman. Sit back and enjoy.
Welcome to Torah Giants on Chumash. I'm Steve Geller. Rabbi Goodman has discussed the Torah's use of metaphors, specifically to describe humility. In a beautiful Torah Giants video on Parshas Bahaloscha in 5783, Rabbi Goodman and our Rav Eitan Feiner explored the metaphors for humility used by Avraham, Moshe, and David. The takeaway is the Torah isn't a creative work of literature meant to express dynamic imagery. Every word the Torah uses is for 256 different reasons. So what can we read into the pasuk in our Parsha of Avraham telling Hashem, "Here I have begun to speak to my master, va'anochi afar ve'efer, and I am but dust and ashes." Why does Avraham compare himself to dust and ashes? The Beis Halevi points out that dust has no past, but it has a future. It's able to grow beautiful crops. Ashes are the remnants of a great and mighty past, but ashes have no future. Avraham is humbly saying, I am nothing. I have no past like dust, and I have no future like ashes. Hashem rewards this humility with two great mitzvos: the ashes of the para aduma, the red heifer, and the dust used in the trial of the sota, the suspected adulteress. For while ordinary ashes have no future, those of the para aduma offer a pure future to anyone who has become impure. And while dust usually has no past, the dust of the sota restores peace and serenity that filled the home of the accused in the past before she became suspect. Rav Meir Simcha HaKohen of Dvinsk feels that the two mitzvos with which Avraham was rewarded reflect not only his humility, but his purity. Nature is impervious to tumah unless man tampers with it. Until then, any living thing, a body, an animal, a carcass, water, remains pristine, lacking the will to defy its natural purpose. Only man can defile the natural world to fit his desires. Consequently, only man creates the potential for impurity within nature. Only objects with the potential for impurity at the hand of man can attain kedusha at the hand of man. Even when man defiles something that grew in the ground, once it's returned to its source, to the earth, it regains its original purity. So too, the defiled Jew can purify himself by returning to his source, to Hashem, by suppressing his carnal desires and allowing his spirituality free rein. This is why the Gemara in Yevamah says, one who prays should direct his eyes downward and his heart upward. The eyes symbolize desire and the heart wisdom. Likewise, the Torah commands, do not go after your heart and after your eyes. The Gemara in Brachas 12b explains, your heart, this is heresy. Your eyes, this is immorality. When the snake enticed Chava into sinning, she followed the cravings of her eyes. Our forefathers reversed this weakness by suppressing their physical urges. Their eyes were directed downward, toward the earth from which we originate. As it's written, dust are you, and to dust shall you return. This is the deeper meaning of Avraham saying, I am dust. He had overcome the temptations of life, focusing entirely on spiritual purity. Therefore, his reward was the twin mitzvos of ashes and dust, of the para aduma and the sota, both instruments of purification. But my friends, Rabbi Immanuel Bernstein Shlita brings us an obscure Vilna Gaon that will blast this notion of afar ve'efer into orbit. And I'm willing to bet you've never heard this before. Over the course of the Yom Tov of Sukkot, 70 bulls are brought as part of the Musaf offerings. On the 8th day, Shmini Atzeres, only a single bull is offered. The Midrash explains that the 70 bulls are brought on behalf of the 70 nations of the world with their well-being in mind, while the single bull brought on the final day reflects the unique and special relationship that Hashem has with the Jewish people. But what these offerings represent is the goodwill that the Jewish people have for the nations of the world in general, alongside and in conjunction to their special status as Hashem's people. According to the Gra, cited by Rav Avraham Korman in HaParsha L'Doraseha, this idea is alluded to in our Parsha. Avraham steps forward to pray for the people of stone. Even though they're antithetical to Avraham's moral principles and teachings, nevertheless, he is prepared to ask Hashem for mercy for them. In Avraham's introduction to his pleas on their behalf, he states, Va'anochi afar ve'efer, I am but dust and ashes. And again, we know on a basic level, these are words of self-deprecation where Avraham is saying, I'd love to pray for them, but I am merely dust and ashes. However, there is also an allusion in these words. Avraham is actually suggesting, I wish to pray for them because I am dust and ashes. How so? You're not going to believe this. The word afar comprises the letter ayin and par, with the ayin denoting 70 and par meaning bulls. The word afer comprises the letter aleph and par, aleph meaning one and par meaning bull. So our pasuk isn't simply a colorful metaphorical image. Avraham is saying, since I embody afar, the message of the 70 bulls benefiting the 70 nations, I'm also afer, foremost the one bull praying for my people Israel. So here and now, I wish to pray even for the people of stone. Just beautiful. And we simply can't keep this kind of treasure to ourselves. We really do have to share it with family and friends. And all you have to do is like this video, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and hit the share button to paste the link to this beautiful piece into emails, Facebook, texts, WhatsApp groups, or your social media of choice. You'll be the hero of the day, and we will all be sharing in the mitzvah of Talmud Torah.